So this is my Chisel of Leonidas. It's a little EDC hand tool that I did a video on a few months back, and I wanted to talk about some of the modifications I did to this because I carry this every day and hold it a lot, and I know there's some other folks that have these out there. This is from he's got a YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description if I can remember. He used to be called Leonidas Knife and Design or something, but he changed his name to his name on YouTube. So I don't know if his Etsy store is still up. I know he had some problems, but I received this as a gift. And after carrying it for several months, I decided to make some modifications. Some might argue improvements. The first thing that you might notice is that there is a little loop here. I actually drilled that, just a simple little drill bit. I used 3 drill bits to step it up just because I wasn't sure how the material was going to take the whole drilling. And then I took a Dremel and I rounded around this loop here, which usually how I hold it is like this. And after carrying it for several months and flying all over the country with it, being kind of a personal self-defense tool that, you know, is not going to set off a metal detector, I found that there were some hot spots, particularly here in this middle finger, around where I carry it. So I rounded it off with a Dremel. I don't know if you can see that. And then I smoothed the whole thing with some fine grit sandpaper. And you can see I kind of nicked it with the Dremel. It's not perfect. But hopefully you can see that there, because these modifications, I feel, make it much more comfortable to carry, especially if you're somebody like me that, you know, I'll walk around the airport just kind of scanning. People don't necessarily know what's in my hand. Maybe it's a pen, you know, maybe it's a, you know, I don't know, electronic device or something, who knows, but it's definitely not an edged weapon, and it's definitely not metal. So that's my major mods. Rounding off, smoothing out, and adding a little loop. You could add a little longer loop, maybe a little braid or something, get as fancy as you want. I just put a piece of Ranger green paracord on there. And I tend to carry this. I have several fanny packs that I carry. This one's from Verdix. I have other ones from Sojourn Gear, and I always have this on me. And I find these days I just tend to just stick it in there if I'm not holding it. And it just, it sticks in there pretty good. It hasn't fallen out yet. So, just a quick note on my Chisel of Leonidas mods. Again, I know some other folks out there have these, and I think it's a really cool little personal EDC hand tool. We recently just tested for rank in Filipino martial arts. Probably do an update video on that, but I can decidedly say I am no longer a white belt in any of the styles that I practice regularly. So, Chisel of Leonidas mods. Later, y'all.